Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Beorning. Last time we somehow survived the reclamation of Talathanor, so now let's find out what Aylmer has to say about that.
I am glad you and Aelfhelm were able to scatter the Haradrim.
Do not worry over much about those who slipped away to the island fortress of Caranandros. It is only a matter of time before we must recapture Caranandros for Gondor, and then their day of reckoning shall come too. Meanwhile, let's see what little trinket I have for you. Might, I guess that'll do. Oh, you got 2 new quests, 2 for the price of 1. There are many ways to sneak into the city unnoticed. After we set forth the Black Gates, 2 few eyes will be keeping watch, and even fewer swords and bows will be defending it. Please patrol the outer walls of Minas Tirith, and vouchsafe no remaining enemies loiter there. Alright, I can do that.
Even now, enemies still roam the Pelennor.
If it is to be safe again for the Gondorian farmers who tend the land, we must defeat the remaining foes. I want the Pelennor safe before we march forward. Alright, so I need to defeat foes in the Pelennor and do a bit of a patrol. And I still need to find Derwine, Gunhir, and Guthlof. And I still need to find Harding. I think that quest sends me this way, but searching the walls takes me this way. So we'll start by going to the north end, and hopefully we'll be able to, at some point, take care of the other quests that we're dealing with. Well, here at least I found some enemies. That'll do. Hello! Would you like to die for me? I need a quest count. Or I guess a kill count for a quest. That's, I think, more accurate. Oh, did I tell you the thing about the... He just died. He saw me turn into a bear and he died immediately. Heart failure. That's what killed him. Heart failure. Who needs bear claws when you can just scare them to death? Alright, now. Where were we? Oh yes, heading to the north end of the wall. We'll get there. I took care of a couple of more enemies, so I have 6 of 10 now. But in addition to that, I am finally reaching the first part of the wall. Alright, yay! Nobody's here. Well, that's good news. Well, if there was anybody there, then we would have just killed them anyway, so... Afterwards, there wouldn't have been anyone. Now, let's continue along our way and get to the next section of the wall, assuming we can get by this crazy siege tower that we probably blew up during the epic battle or something like that. Good grief. This is all a mess. One big burnt out mess. The farmers are going to have a tough time with getting everything back into shape after this battle. I could just imagine. Because right now it is... Alright, the second section of the wall, and more orcs. Right now, I'd say it's about, what, March? Yeah, I don't have the exact date on that, but it is around mid-March, I guess. Now, I do realize, of course, that Middle-earth dates are a little bit offset of ours because the equinox would be closer to April 1st than it would be to March 21st in Middle-earth due to the slight difference in the alignment of the calendar. But even taking that into account, we are starting to get into Oh, very late, early spring. Time period, especially down in Gondor, it's very definitely getting springish. Because a little bit more south. What did I? Oh, let's set this. Okay, good. That way I won't be misled by that quest to kill more orcs. So it's about the time of the year where the farmers will be getting their soil all ready so that they could have an ideal time for it. And in fact, in Gondor, they might even be planting right now, but of course they're not planting because the field is currently filled with orc bodies and stuff like that. A lot of cleanup. And of course, then the fact that most of the farmers are probably out at other locations right now. Okay, patrol at the main gate. So aren't even here even if the fields were clear. But of course, the reason why they're not here is because it'd be dangerous to go to the fields. Nasty stuff. Alright, how are we coming along? Alright, we'll soon hit another one, and maybe we'll find another orc or two. We are heading towards the end of our patrol. One side of the wall, all the way down to the other side of the wall, and what we have here are dead trolls. Well, I guess that's better than having living trolls. And there are orcs here. Okay, yeah, I can scream too. I keep on forgetting about that. As soon as I take care of all these things. Yeah, by the time I get set up for my AoE attack, the other one's dead. Oh, good grief. Alright, there we go. And that's done. That's all 10 of the orcs we need. And patrol the entirety of the city wall. Alright. So now, let's find Derwini, Dunheri, and Gutloff. Something like that. Yeah. That. Well, there's a lot of weeding that's going to be needing to be done here also. Maybe that's what happens during Gondorian, those warm Gondorian winters, is the fields get overtaken by weeds. So you have to spend the early spring getting rid of all the weeds and all stuff like that. I guess if you have mild winters, you could also be doing weeding during that time. But they were preparing for war at the time and probably weren't able to do that. All those chores that you... Boy, a lot of people are going to have a lot of work to do when the farmers get back. That's what I gotta say. A lot of people have a lot of work to do. I suppose it's possible that some of the... I didn't think I'd be needing to get this far in order to find them. I wonder if they could get some of the soldiers to help with it. I mean, they do want to be able to eat the following harvest, right? I think so. Yeah. And I think we are finally getting to the Valiant Rohirrim. Ah, they died on this hillock, I guess. Or whatever this is. Yeah, there are a number of dead people here. All over the place. Oh. Right, anyone here? Oh, who's this? Dunher. Dunher felled by an arrow at Rider's Stand. Okay, that's one confirmed dead. Now let's find some more. I think we are arriving to the next battle site, where we may find some additional people, assuming I don't get wrecked by these brambles. I'm wondering, what if these were some sort of bush or something like that? You know, some sort of perennial plant, and that they've ruined all these perennial plants that are going to need some years in order to fix up. Aldor Harding. Reeve of the Wold. Alas, he's now gone. I don't know about this character. I don't think I did too much with Harding with this character, but but I've had some characters that had a lot of dealings with Harding. So now down here we are looking for Darwini and Goodluff, and oh, here's another site up here. Is this it? Somewhere around here. Oops, more likely somewhere around here then. Nice friendly little arrow pointing me in the way and telling me, you went the wrong way. What else is... Oh, I see a body or two up ahead. I even see a quest ring. Yeah, seeing dead people with quest rings is never a good sign. Never a good sign. Okay, Guthloff. Alright, and Darwin. And of course they died protecting King Theoden. And that means we can head back to Aragorn and Aylmer and turn in all these quests. Actually, this looks like the pavilion right here, so we don't have all that far to go. Alright. Yay! Let's see. Alright. I've patrolled the walls. Good. I am glad that very few foes still dare to stay close to the city walls, and I took care of the two that were there, and a couple of them that were nearby. And speaking of foes, I did kill quite a few. And thank you! Each passing day, the Pelennor fades at the hands of the enemy and returns to the kingdom of Gondor. And I've made acquaintance! Yay! And completed quests completed quests of Pelennor. Ooh, that's good. So completed 2 deeds there. All right. Well, I looked for Elfmar, Harding, and Torfirth, and yeah.
This is grim indeed.
Such great lives lost to evil that lies just beyond those mountains. That is why we march, Beorning, not just for Gondor, but for Elfmar, Harding, Torfirth, and all who fell to the darkness of Mordor. Right?
I'm glad to hear that Nothmar is safe.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that Northmar is safe and that his wounds are not serious. The Rohirrim are great warriors. We will need as many as we can muster in the coming days to both protect the city and to march with us to the Black Gate. Alright. Of course, more quests.
It is a
sad day. Many of the finest warriors I have known are slain. I take heart, however, that they live on in the descendants of their heroic deeds. May both go on for many generations to come. Alright. And now we need to speak with Northmar? Or, yeah, North. Hello, Thane of Gothold. I tried my hardest to bring Herefara and Herebrand back to the city. Their deaths at the hands of Gothmog's orcs was cruel and unwelcome. May I repay you many times over for your assistance out there. Alright, you're welcome. And back to Aragorn.
The dead and missing we sought are all accounted for.
I thank you for your assistance in accounting for the dead. It is of great importance that the men who fought and died here receive all the honor and diligence that Gondor can grant them. Alright. And I get a... How does that thing look like? Oh, you have got to be kidding. Now, I ask you, is this practical for battle? I don't think so. But that's beside the point.
Now is the time to mourn those who fought to the end.
The dead have all been accounted for. The missing have been found. Now is the time to mourn for those who fought to the end, and fought so bravely for this great kingdom. Alright.
Come, it is time.
Yes, it is time.
After much bloodshed and loss, I have asked everyone gathered at my pavilion to rest and mourn the deaths of our brethren. I bestow the honor onto you to light the pyre.
This is never easy, Pineclaw, but it is important. If we are to go on, we must take some time to remember those who have been lost. These men died for Gondor, for Rohan, for every land in which dwell the good-hearted. We will construct a great pyre, and in fact we've already constructed one, and by its light we will remember our fallen. Will you accept this task, and the honor of lighting the pyre? Once it is burning, we will begin. There's a torch up ahead. Alright, let us light the pyre. Okay, and now let's do a little fireworks. Okay, different type of meaning on that. So the good men of their lives lost to the enemy. We are gathered to remember those who gave their lives for us. Hear their names and do not forget them. Guthloth, banner bearer of Theoden, lift your banner high, loyal one. Thane Harding, Aldor of Eastamont, and Reeve of the Wold, your son will be proud to hear of your courage. Elfmar of Faltham, you were an inspiration to every man in the Elfward, and to all who knew you. Dunharrow, Lord of Darahau, Dunharrow, of course. We fought side by side at Rider Stand, my friend, and I weep that you were last. Herobrand, Reeve of the Stone Deans, you put your faith in the words of Hildegard, and met your end with satisfaction. Grimbold of Grimslade, doughty soldier and veteran of many battles. Farewell, my friend. Thane Torforth of Tornsbury, even so young you have already accomplished much for Rohan and for Theoden. Fostred Reeve of the Sucrops, we did not agree on many matters, my friend, but we shared a love for Rohan, and she feels your loss. Herefara, stalwart defender of the Stone Deans, the Helmingas know of your glory. The battle seemed endless, but you still fought on. Horn of the Entwash Vale, exiled by Theoden in wrath for giving the deeds thrice done, let us be a comfort of your father. Theoden, King, Lord of Mark, Rohan has been restored to glory by your deeds. Farewell, uncle. We must not forget any of the other good men of Rohan who fell upon the Pelennor. Men of every reach of Gondor fought to defend their homes. Dunin and Irfin of the Blackroot Vale, they did not fear to face any foe despite the danger. The Lost by Boys is in the background. Turgon, captain of the Southgate, long did you stand against the orcs, even when all seemed lost. A good man. Hirelin, Lord of the Green Hills, you spoke seldom, but when you did, you spoke with wisdom. We could use such words now. For long the bold Lord of Lossanock, many were your deeds, my friend. May you rest easy. Forget not the many others who fought and fell in service of Gondor. My kinsmen came out of the north of the Pelennor in my service. Many will not see their homes again. In the fair, you were no stranger to the dread of battle. I thank you. Oh, either fair, I guess. Prestadir, you will always have my thanks for your wise counsel and for your friendship. Naglak, many were your foes who slew in your service. I will not forget. You have my thanks. Or is it Naglak? Oh well. Rest easy, Kellerant. You lived up to your promise and were a true ranger of the north. I thank you. Nestotron, ranger of the trackless waste, and wandering days are done, my friend. Oh, Nestodron. Oh, whatever. Mandan, few only could share your knowledge of plants and herbs. I will treasure your lessons on the subject. Goladir, the days of your sorrow are ended. Join your daughter in peace, and know that I will not forget your service. Halbarad, dearest and most true of friends, my heart was lifted to see you again on the road of Isengard, mere days ago. For you to fall when the aim for which you fought was so near is a grievous hurt. I have lost my right arm. Farewell, my friend. Farewell.
I would like to honor Snowmane. Come.
The pyre will burn until morning, and the heat of the burning will carry our grief into the night sky. There is another creature of nobility we should remember, Snowmane, the steed of the king. Come, let us mark the spot where he died, and we have buried him. Alright, let's see. Here we are. A stone for Snowmane. There we go. This grave shall be known as Snowmane's Howl forever. Let these words be written upon the stones. Faithful servant, yet master's bane. Lightfoot's foal, swift Snowmane.
I must go to the city to pay my respects to Theoden King.
Morning has
Join me.
come. Let us return to the city and climb to the citadel. I would visit my uncle where he lies in state, and pay my respects to him.
Come, Theoden rests near the throne.
We have arrived. My heart is full of sorrow, but I would look upon my uncle's visage, and think upon his life and deeds even so. Uncle, I am here. I am now king of the Mark. I hope to have the strength you did. I hope that I will lead as you have done. You have restored Rohan to glory. I will not fail to uphold her name. Rest well, Theoden, son of Thengel, king of Rohan. Rest well, Theoden, son of Thingol, king of Rohan.
This has been a long night.
I have said all I can, and now the rule of Rohan will be mine alone. It is a heavy burden. I hope to live up to my uncle's example, but it will not be easy. Still, I will do my best for the people of Rohan. Thank you, Pineclaw. I am now ready to depart. And what will bring in our next day? We'll find that out in the next episode of Piney Plays The Beorning.